Senet is an ancient Egyptian board game designed for 2 players. The goal of the game is to be the first player to get all of your pieces off of the board before the other player. To play, you will need a Senet board, Senet sticks, which work like traditional dice, and 4 or 5 color-coded pieces for each player. To set up, start by placing all of the pieces in the first row in an alternating pattern so that no player has 2 pieces sitting next to one another. Players take turns by throwing the Senet sticks down to see how many spaces they can move. The sticks are color-coded or marked in some way, with the blank or light side counting as face up. If 0 sticks are face up, you can move 5 spaces and get to go again. For 1 face up stick, you move 1 space and get an extra turn. The 2 or 3 allows you to move 2 or 3 spaces, respectively. If all 4 of the sticks land face up, you can move 4 places and get an extra turn. Pieces move around the board in a serpentine pattern, and a player can move any piece they'd like. If you move a piece to a square occupied by the other player's piece, you send the opponent's piece back to the square you just moved from. However, if a player has more than one of their pieces in an adjacent row, you cannot land on their pieces. Players may jump pieces, though. If a player cannot move on their turn, it automatically moves on to the next player. There are 5 special spaces on the board. There are 2 safe squares where the opponent cannot send your piece back: the Power of Life and the House of Beauty, which are located near the center of the board. Below that, there is the House of Water. If you land there, you go back to the Power of Life square, and if that's occupied, you roll again. There is also the House of 3 Spirits, which is a safe square that requires a roll of a 3 to get out of it. Finally, there is the House of 2s, which requires a 2 to get out of. Play continues until the game ends whenever a player gets all of their pieces off of the board, and that player is declared the winner.